So... Oh, right, I should do that. I said I was going to, and I probably should. Hang on, hang on. We're just gonna put this here for no reason. Whoops, whoops. Oops, oops, oops. Wait, do I need all caps? Oh, I need all caps. Hang on. There! Okay. Shut up about it! Okay, we're just gonna leave this here for just a little bit. Just gonna leave this around here. Okay, where the hell was I? Right. That's Hey, Titans! Hey, Darkrai! Oh my god. Yeah, we reached like 13 people asking even before I did it. I did say I would, Samurai, but I could also not. I could be like, you must donate to make me say it, but that would be a really churlish thing to do, and I don't actually want to do that. So I've changed my mind. I do actually have something to say, and this is a good time to say it, because I'm doing the gummy thing, which is going to involve stupidity. So, I think they're adding a new mechanic. Hey, Eros, I think they're making limit breaks, what? Green? I have not heard anything about that. Hey, Eros! Oh, shoot. Yeah, we're up to 16 people now, even though I have the text on the screen now. We're just... anyways, hang on, I need to get some health here. There we go. Well, that sucks, the green, because I would totally have loved it. Whoa! There we go. I think they're adding a new mechanic. I think what we're seeing is a... well, let's call it a partial limit break. So we've got limit breaks, and I feel like what they're doing, and this is actually a good move, in my opinion. Let's use Secret of Mana as an example. In Secret of Mana, you could die, like you just did. You know what, hang on. We actually have all the gummies. Let's actually make a ship here, shall we? It's like this. In Secret of Mana, you can charge up to 100% and then attack, or you can hold down for the really big attacks. So in other words, the really big attacks are the existing limit breaks. So that's the stuff that you use for the really big stuff. You know, whoop, bam, and it does tons of damage. And you basically save that stuff for boss fights. Kind of like how limit breaks already work. The new limit breaks are the smaller ones, which you charge by hitting rather than by being hit. And so you are encouraged, as you're going through trash, to use these attacks regularly. Kind of like a new form of... kind of like a new form of a finisher. You know how in Kingdom Hearts you do a combo, and then once you finish the combo you do explosion, or you do the spin, or whatever. Kind of like that, in similar functions. So you can charge that up and use that quick limit break regularly to help smooth out combat, to make you push through trash better, to reward you for having these special abilities, and if they're smart, they'll let you customize what little limit breaks you have, kind of like how they let you customize the big ones. So for example, you could have a couple of little ones, where it's like, Shah, as like the dash that you just mentioned, or maybe you need a room sweeper, so you have like a big AoE, or maybe you have a single target hit that you can have equipped just for a boss, something like that. That's what I think that mechanic is. Okay, so... hello, Rosulia. Goodbye, Darkrai. But I have... oh, here we go. I have, like, crap. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, they did. That's a good point. In Crisis Core, they have a fairly similar... mechanic like that. I don't even know what to say to your name. Green, I'm sorry. That's why I started calling you 420. Oh, yeah, sure thing, Rosulia. I don't know, Sonic. I think that is actually likely, but I'm not even sure if I want that or not, as weird as that sounds. Okay, hang on. Hang on, so I need, like... We're just gonna make a really stupid ship here. I know it doesn't work this way in this one. Ah! The interface for this takes some serious getting used to. Well, see, there's a couple of other ways to deal with that, Samurai. One of them is the Dragon Age Origins approach, aka a pause button. One of the other possibilities for doing that is what you just said, make your party members AI-controlled and useless. There is also a fourth option, which is incredibly unlikely. Most of it was remastered, yes, that is correct, Casual. An incredibly unlikely option, and that is the Guild Wars 1 route. For those of you who don't actually know what I mean by that, in Guild Wars 1... There we go. I think we're up to 18 now, I did? 17, apparently, 17. In Guild Wars 1, the AI was really well designed for the heroes, so they would use the abilities you give them, and the setup you give them very intelligently. And so, in many cases, the heroes were extremely useful. In some cases, in certain specific categories, they were actually better than players could be. And so that takes a lot of work, obviously, to design that kind of AI scripting. But if they could pull it off, that's amazing. And again, speaking from experience. Farewell, Rosulia. Destiny's awesome. What the... Down! Oh, right, this button. Aw. Okay, so now I need some guns. It's the best game ever. Actually, I heard they're doing something with it new recently, and I don't know if it's any good or not, but hey. Anything they're doing with it can't be bad at this point, right? Knock on wood. I want it. Oh, that's why. Ah! Ah! There we go. You would not believe how non-intuitive these controls are. It takes some serious getting used to. It's a little better in Kingdom Hearts 2. The control scheme, I mean. Aw, we're maxed out. There we go, we've got our new ship. Actually, let's go all out. Why not? This is the ship we're going to use for the rest of the game. For the record, when I did my 100% game playthrough of this game, I actually customized the hell out of a ship, which it was this whole... It had the upper wings like this, kind of going forward, and then lower wings going like this. And it was elongated backwards, so like the wings were at the very front, and then the engine was basically coming back, and the engines were all around here, and the guns were all on the underside of the wings, and I was actually pretty pleased with that. Obviously, I cannot show that to you, because I don't even know if I have that save anymore. Ah! There we go. You just hit the thing, and then you say, I want it for that, and then it is counted for that. As Deutsch just linked. For the record, I'm probably going to spend some time customizing my ship in Kingdom Hearts 2 just because I really like the game in Kingdom Hearts 2 and would like to actually play it. But I think this should be good for here. Alright. There's not much you can do in Kingdom Hearts 1. There's a lot you can do in Kingdom Hearts 2. What's up, Green? Okay, what are you going to draw? You should draw a madness, except you have no idea what he looks like. Nobody knows what he looks like. I've never been able to describe his appearance properly. Alright, so we should be a little better off for these missions now. Never's ice! Yes! Resistance is futile! The sad thing is, once you have a decent ship design in one, this is still the strategy. Hold still and shoot. No, not green hair! No! I actually once built something that was basically this, except much less subtle. Basically, get rid of the ship in the middle, and you've basically got what my ship was. Not really, Chaosbringer. It's awesome. I have nothing else to add, other than what I've already talked about earlier. Hey, it's working, Full Metal! What do you want from me? Also, I'll be showing off the donut ship in Kingdom Hearts 2, for those of you not aware of it. Believe it or not, I was not aware of the donut ship concept until this year. And then went ahead and used it to do some of the things I'd never done before in Kingdom Hearts 2. Agrabah! New high score. I have no idea what that's from, Green. Sorry. Okay, Agrabah. I don't like Agrabah. I mean, I like Dan Castellaneta. I really do. He's a great actor. But I feel like he does the worst job I've ever seen of him do in any role ever in this game. He does much better in Kingdom Hearts 2. But here, he just sounds forced, you know?
And the keyhole?
The Heartless are searching for it now. I'm certain we'll find it soon enough. So that just leaves...
Jafar! I've looked everywhere for
Yes,
Yasmin.
that's Godfrey.
She disappeared like magic.
The girl is more trouble than she's worth.
You said you had things under control.
Agrabah is full of holes for rats to hide in.
This is also the original actor for Jafar, by the way.
But why worry about Princess Jasmine? With her or without her, surely this world will be ours when we find the keyhole.
We need all 7 princesses of heart to open the final door. Any fewer is useless.
Well, if the princess is that important, we'll find her. Find Jasmine and bring her to me at once.
This is a great example of the no music cutscene concept, by the way. Some of the others have been like...
Keep yourself in darkness too
But yeah.
long. The heartless consume the careless.
You're one to talk.
Your concern is touching, but hardly necessary.
Instead, I'm going to turn into a genie. Anyways. Hey, Sith Charting. Welcome to my stream. Hope you enjoy. As I ever say to anyone who's joining my stream, you know, don't be a stranger. You got questions, you got comments. Ask away, man. I do all of the talking, all the time. Yeah, exactly, Zed. But it is the same guy. I looked it up. And I was like, oh my god, that's totally him. He feels like he's trying for the same role he did back then. And he doesn't really, know how he did it, you know? So he's like, oh, okay, I just, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Green. All of the princesses of pure heart are pretty pure. I mean, if you think about it. Especially Snow White. Although she is kind of... That wall will die! No, some of them were just asked to come back, Titans. Anyways. Watermelon. I want some watermelon. Anyways, so, yes, I have seen the Aladdin TV series. I didn't actually care for it that much. I only watched it for a few episodes and then just kind of moved on. No! The Princesses of Pure Heart. Thank you for the donation, Snicker. As I load my thing here. There we go. And you got it. We're adding this towards singing. Yeah, they're so freaking useless, aren't they? They died. I didn't even notice they died at first. So we're now at 6 towards. There we go. Well, I'll talk more about... Remind me to talk about the Princesses of Heart when we get to the slow section of this world, which won't be too far from now. I'll talk about it there.
Hello?
You are terrible at hiding, Jasmine. I could also point out the whole Disney princesses thing, which, by the way, arguably started with Kingdom Hearts.
Where might I find this street rat? Jasmine, allow me to find you more suitable company, my dear princess. These little rats won't do, you see.
Jasmine, run!
The boy who holds the key.
No, I'm not, True Town. No, she wasn't, but the whole Disney princess shtick didn't really start until Kingdom Hearts, which I find wildly funny. I doubt it's actually related. It's just interesting coincidence of timing. Wait. That's how you unlock a door, right? Jab the key in! So, oh god. What was I saying? I guess this is a good time to talk about the Princesses of Heart. The entire point of the Princesses of Heart is that they are unique beings. They are people who have literally zero darkness inside them. Now, if you're paying attention, that means they are fully comprised of light, which, as the series will show, is not necessarily a healthy or a good thing. So, you know, that's something to be considered into the equation as well. But the relevant point is they're literally... I would call them... I'm trying to think of a really good way to explain this. The way I've always perceived it is they're basically different types of beings. I would almost call them a different species, except there's a bit of a thing going on with that. Because she has flippers. Snicker. We'll just watch him struggle for a bit. So, the idea here is... You know what? I'll talk about Princess of Heart later. There's more stuff I can talk about later. There's another dead section coming up. I guess we can talk about it now. We know that the 7 princesses are descendant of the original 7 lights concept. The 7 lights concept is the 7 points of pure light. The idea being, again, light that has no darkness. Now, I stress that because 99.9 repeating % of everything in Kingdom Hearts is comprised of lightness. Lightness? Wow. Light and darkness. Not equally, just, you know, both components, right? Ergo, anytime you have something that is comprised of just light, it is different. It is a different, like I said, I like to think of it as a different species. So these 7 princesses are just the recent inheritors of whatever those original 7 lights were. Now, there's 2 ways to interpret this. One, they are literally the descendants, you know, of a bloodline of the original 7 pure lights. Or 2, they are the inheritors of it, non-literal descendants. You know, no blood relation. Just we are the person who best embodies it. Kind of similar to the whole Triforce thing over in Zelda. The funny thing is, if you really look at this series, and I really wish I had a list but I never bothered to make one myself, and I've never seen anyone else make one. The number 13 is everywhere in these games, even back in the original game. And so there are quite a few examples of the 13 Darknesses, and what they could be considered to be those throughout the course of the series. In fact, Xehanort is arguably breaking the pattern by forcing a situation when it shouldn't be there already. So this is the dumbest wish I've ever heard anyone make ever. And I've heard someone wish for some cake.
Genie, get rid of these guys!
Oh, Dan Castellaneta.
Wish number 1 coming right up.
Man, those two heartless. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that assist there, man. Glad you wasted one of your 3 all-powerful wishes on getting rid of some freaking heartless.
Thanks, Sora.
Aladdin, what are you doing out here?
Same old stuff. Hunting legendary treasure. Just paid a visit to the Cave of Wonders. I found that magic carpet. And this lamp. Legend has it that whoever holds the lamp can summon...
Please, kid, leave the intros to a professional. The one and only Genie of the Lamp.
Probably because he doesn't have the power to do that,
Grandson.
Grandson.
Your dearest wishes granted. Today's winner is
Oh, right.
Aladdin. Congratulations.
This counts as another no music, by the way.
Patience, my fine feathered friend. Any 3 wishes. Oh, 1 wish, a 2 wish, a 3 wish. Then I make like a banana and spin it. Our lucky winner made his first wish.
And let me tell you what a doozy that wish was.
So he has 2 left. So, Master, what'll you have for wish number 2?
I don't know what it is. It's just his portrayal is just kind of eh.
Whoa! Money, royalty, fame! Why didn't I hear that? Okay, you asked for it. 100 servants and 100 camels loaded with gold. Just say the word and I'll deliver it in 30 minutes or less, or your meal's free. Hey, I'll even throw in a cappuccino.
No thanks.
Okay.
I think I'll put that on hold until we reach Agrabah.
Oh, why a prince?
You see, there's this girl in Agrabah named Jasmine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to comment on this. The fact that... I know this is true in the movie, too, but the fact that your motivation for becoming fabulously wealthy is not the wealth or the luxury or not being starving or anything like that. All you care about is getting in good with a girl. That's just so incredibly yeah.
But she's a princess. And she could never fall for a guy like me.
Jasmine?
Oh, that's right. She's in trouble, Aladdin.
What? Well, come on, let's get going.
Hey, yeah. So, anyways. Oh my god, is this another no music cutscene? It is! 3 no music cutscenes in a row.
Fresh air, the great outdoors.
I guess you don't get out much, huh?
Comes with a job. Phenomenal cosmic powers, itty-bitty living space. It's always 3 wishes, then back to my portable prison. I'm lucky to see the light of day every century or 2.
Say, Genie, what if I use my last wish to free you from the lamp? What do you think?
You do that?
Genie, it's a promise. After we help Jasmine.
Oh my god, music. What? I'm here, I'm alive, I'm awake, I swear. What? Oh my god, okay. So, what the hell was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. I was actually gonna make a point there, and it was destroyed by no music cutscenes. Oh my god, okay, I need to check something here. Wait, what? Okay, we're good, we're good. I really can't remember what the hell I was talking about. Wow. So, Kingdom Hearts, right? There's... okay, I remember what I was going to talk about. I got this. For those of you who have not heard me complain about this before, I apologize, because I'm about to complain about something. Excuse me. One of the biggest problems with the Disney worlds, for me, in the Kingdom Hearts series, is that I have to sneeze. The other thing that I don't like about the Disney worlds is that they basically just ape the movie. And by which I mean they feel like they're married to this concept of we have to imitate the events of the movie, pretty much word for word in some cases, or trying to actually emulate the events of the movie that made the movie so popular or whatever in the game. And 90% of the time, it's just, yeah, you're right, Samurai. It's the rehashing the damn movie. There's no freaking point in doing it. First of all, anybody who gives enough of a damn about the Disney stuff has already seen these movies or knows them well enough via proxy or popular culture to know what the hell the purpose of them is. You know, most people who haven't even seen Aladdin can still tell you the basic idea of what's going on in Aladdin. See, I was actually going to ask that, Truetone. I don't know who requires that, if that's a Squirrel for Brains decision, or if that's a Disney decision. I don't know. But the thing is, as Samurai points out, not every Disney world does that. The Disney worlds that work best are the ones, in my opinion at least, are the ones that interpret or use the setting in a creative way. Tron is the best example of that, because it's not Tron at all. It is the Tron character, it is the concepts of Tron and Stark and the MCP, but completely reimagined to fit the Kingdom Hearts story. And it works great! Even Timeless River has the same kind of concept to that behind it. And yeah, it's just awkward. The worst example of that is Pirates of the Caribbean and Kingdom Hearts 2, in my opinion, but most of the aping of the movies is just... why? Especially since they are literally apes. They are literally pale imitations. See, the problem with the pale imitations here is that... Yes, it is Knife Order. The problem with the pale imitations is exactly that. It doesn't matter how well you do it. You're going to be a pale imitation. You don't have the budget. You can't pay the big-name voice actors. You don't have the people to have tons and tons of, time spent into the special effects and the animation and the drawing and the design and the writing. You cannot do all of that. You can't put all of that effort into the game for one world of one game like you could put into an entire movie. So it's always going to be worse. Period. Second thing is the idea that they have this problem with, like, in a lot of cases, they just rush through the content. Like, you have an entire movie's worth of events happening in, like, 10 minutes. And so it literally is just like, and then this scene, 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 and then this scene. Again, Pirates of the Caribbean probably being the worst one here. So, yeah, having all of that, it just bugs the crap out of me. Now, it's not always true. Some of the worlds are not rehashing the movies. Some of the worlds actually happens... like, for example, Halloween Town in Kingdom Hearts 1 actually happens before Nightmare Before Christmas, and Halloween Town in Kingdom Hearts 2 happens after Nightmare Before Christmas. So we completely skip the movie there, and it works great. I think Halloween Town in both games is one of the better Disney films to be put in the series, because it's its own story over here, and its own story over here, and totally separate. And I like that. I think it works well. But I think the worlds where the Disney stuff worked best is where it actively services the Kingdom Hearts plot, not the Disney plot. And again, Tron is probably the best example of that by far, because the whole point of the Tron verse is, and that all happens around the big reveal about Ansem, and really ties into the way Ansem worked, and how Ansem worked, and the difference between the two, and also helps to elevate one of the other hidden themes of the series, which I'll be examining more when we get there, you know? Yeah, I agree with that, Knife Forger. Now, some of the Kingdom Hearts ones... Yeah, I know. In Atlantica, they actually rehashed the movie twice in the two games. Just different aspects of it, basically. Which is just a little ridiculous, but... Anyways, there we go. My favorite Disney movie of all time? Are we counting Pixar in that? Because that is... No, I didn't, Samurai. Don't lie to me, man. Hey, Ajax. Or Alex. I thought that was a J. I totally misread that, sorry. Hello, Alex. I mean, I feel like the Disney movies that really worked best are the ones that really worked with the setting. And I'm suddenly failing at coming up with the other... I had another really distinguished, good example of this, and I suddenly can't think of it other than Tron. Ah, whatever. I can't think of it. Yeah, go ahead, Titans. I'll allow it. Let's see. Favorite Pixar? Favorite just Pixar? I'm gonna go with The Incredibles. Oh god, I have to get rid of these guys, don't I? Yeah, I do. I was being deliberately confusing. Well, sorry. So, yeah, favorite Pixar is The Incredibles. It's a great movie, and a great in many, many ways. Favorite Disney movie, regardless of that, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the one you keep giving it to the past, which is Emperor's New Groove. Oh my god, I hate these enemies. You want to stop being invincible for 3 seconds? Oh my god! Yeah, Timeless River is another good example, but I swear there's another one. What Disney movie do I want to play in Kingdom Hearts 3? Man, I don't know. Well, other than Frozen. Make fun if you will, I think it actually would fit very well. Well, that's Samurai? God damn it, fine. Die, then. If you are so eager to die! Probably Emperor's New Groove, Fuke? Assuming it's the same thing. I gotta be completely 100% honest. Based on their previous performance, in all the other Kingdom Hearts games, I don't want to see any new Disney movies in Kingdom Hearts. I really don't. I think we are at the point now where we just do not need to have any more Disney in the story. We are at the epic freaking conclusion of the Xehanort arc. Why don't we focus on that and not just have, and here's another Disney World? No, yes, they can use Disney Worlds to good effect. They even have done that. But, statistically speaking, they have done that bad more often than they have done that good. And that's why I'd rather we just kind of abandon the Disney movies thing at this point. If I'm being blunt. Oh my god. Anyways, Frozen would be... There's a lot of things you can do with Frozen. And I had this really great idea once upon a time on the stream, and I actually can't remember it right now. Oh well. I can't remember it. It was something about trying to help Elsa embrace the darkness. Oh, that was it, that was it. It was basically you were siding with Elsa the entire time, and trying to help her embrace the darkness that is her nature without being lost to it. Kind of a shrunk version of the storyline Riku has already gone through. Hey, Nintendo Mercury. I've seen the trailer! And on the actual villain of that story is either Anna or someone similar who's like, oh my god, we have to stop Elsa because she's totally evil. And then the whole point of that world is to try and convince her, no, look, chill, it's okay. And because of the way I would do Kingdom Hearts 3, I would have a, basically the Birth by Sleep idea again. In other words, there's one storyline, but we're seeing it 3 different times and different perspectives on it. Just a little bit better presented than Birth by Sleep did, because Birth by Sleep dropped the ball on that a couple of times. So, you know, for example, we go there as, probably Kairi first, you know, and Kairi's like, hey, you know, oh my gosh, we must help this situation, and we must stop the darkness that's in Elsa in order to save Elsa, you know, acting out of ignorance, basically. Then Sora comes up second, is like, oh my god, no, we have to reconcile these series, and then Riku goes through third, and is the one who's like, okay, look. And that actually ends up salvaging the situation. Favorite Nintendo game?
Setting your sights a little
know.
high. Aren't you, boy?
I guess that would be Twilight Princess?
Back to your hole, street rat. I will not allow you to trouble the princess anymore.
Actually, are we counting the Mario RPGs?
Jasmine!
Because if we are,
so sorry,
then Paper Mario
Aladdin.
2 wins.
Genie, help Jasmine, please.
This is the worst wish ever.
One wish left. You're making this really easy.
At least he
you know?
lampshades it.
So sorry, boy. I'm afraid your second wish has been denied.
By the way, I arranged for there to be 4 digits of room on the no music counter
I'm
on
sorry,
purpose.
Al.
Because there's going to be a lot of those. Yeah, exactly, Sam.
And
Right.
now, I bid you all farewell. Attack!
I'm not sure there's any type of game I don't play at this point. I mean, I guess there is, if you want to pull it technically. But yes, Awesome Junior. I play lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of types of games.
Heal.
Favorite Disney sequel? I'm not sure there's ever been a Disney sequel I've liked. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I don't play dating sims. There you go. We have pulled it technically. Help. 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 Help.
Come on.
He's a genie.
Heal.
I don't know, Frozen. You think that's bad? What happens to Maleficent is much worse, Frozen. Much worse.
To the desert. Come on, let's move.
Sturgis, tell her. That's right, I don't play mobile games because A, I don't like them, and B, I don't have a mobile phone. So there you go, there's 2 types of games I don't play. But I play those type of games, Frozen. Oh, you'll see what happens to Maleficent. It'll be really stupid, trust me. It's literally just, quick, guys, we need Maleficent back. Okay, she's back! So, okay, so I wanted to talk about one other thing with regards to the 7 Princesses of Light idea. We see the 7 lights, but we actually don't really see many, pure darknesses in the entire series. There are very, 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 very few individuals, or even people, or things, or places, or whatever, that are pure darkness throughout the course of this series. Can anyone name, any off the top of their heads? I'm honestly curious, because I can think of one right now off the top of my head. What's the other one, Samurai? Well, I'll just be sitting here being bored, waiting to get into his mouth. Get up on the lion's mouth! Something, I don't know. I guess that's true. Ansem the Seeker of Darkness was probably pure dark. I never really assumed he was, though, to be 100% honest with you. Not only because of the Terra connection, but because of the fact that, well, Heartless are not necessarily pure darkness. In the same sense that, for example, Mickey is not pure light. Chernabog, debatable. Also, since we know virtually nothing about Chernabog, that's really debatable. Come on. There we go. And pose! Aw, it's too early. So yeah, I would literally just say Vanitas is the only pure darkness. Actually, that's a good point, Metrotech. Sephiroth, because of his nature as being the dark reflection of Cloud, might actually be pure darkness too. So that would bring us up to 2 pure darknesses. 2 pure darknesses and I think 8 pure lights. Snicker, I will not be, because unfortunately I have actually been trying, this is not a joke, I've been trying for the last year to get a hold of a 3DS capture card, and it's a little harder to do than you'd think, and I have failed. So we're doing something else to make it happen. No, Jack Skeleton is definitely not pure darkness. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Work, work. See you around, Fuke. Phew. What? Yeah, Samurai basically did for me what I was going to do, saving me a crap ton of time, so thank you again, Samurai. I'll be thanking you again once we actually get to it. Exactly. Exactly, Green. I keep wanting to say your name 420. I can make it! And I think that's kind of the point I'm trying to make, is that we basically don't have a definitive pure darkness in the series, which is, oh my god! Jumping mechanics. Hello, Paghost. Jiminy! Well, yeah. Now, here's a question that has been debated several times by several people. Do you think there actually is a third element other than light and darkness? Okay, FF7 trailer was great! Okay, there you go, I talked about it, Kiss. Just for you, man. Just for you. Well, see, that's exactly the point. Is the in-between a third element? Because, as was pointed out, we do literally see it being manifested directly. I have heard some people argue there is no in-between, that there's just light, dark, and then the variance gradients of it, which people call the third element. Personally, I disagree with that. I think we definitely distinctly have a third element. First of all, the entire series tends itself towards threes. And the idea of the triad, the triple, concept, that's literally everywhere in every freaking aspect of the game. I couldn't even begin to list all of those. Kind of curious. Second of all, to me it just makes more sense, given the fact that, as I mentioned before, we do see nothingness manifested several times, and it is considered what is effectively an element of its own right, most notably in 358 and 2. So, yeah, I do think the nothingness is the third element, but I bring that up because we see, 1 pure darkness, 8 pure lights. Has there ever been a pure nothing? I'm just going to sit here while people answer that question. Fine, I'll do it. Well, see, that's kind of where I'm leaning with this, Deutsch. Also, I believe there's one other person that might qualify for being a pure nothing. Although it is purely speculative. Ventus right now? Debatable. I would say no, though. Because remember, this is the Ventus who has been reformed with Vanitas. So he's probably just a normal, in-between. Or not a normal in-between, but I mean, like, a normal mixture, like most people are. Hey, Salmon King. I do think Sora is a pure nothing. And I mean that sincerely. I don't mean that as a joke. I don't mean like, oh, he's stupid. I mean that I genuinely think Sora is the manifestation, the aspect, if you will, of nothing. And he's the greatest extent of it. It would explain a lot of aspects about his character. However... Yeah, I don't mean a pure nobody, to make my statement clear. I mean a pure nothing. Literally comprised of pure nothingness, just like the Princesses of Heart are comprised of pure light, and Vanitas was comprised of pure darkness. Exactly, Deutsch. It does fit a lot of the puzzle pieces. It is not a perfect fit, I will freely admit that. I don't remember how to progress here. it doesn't fit everything perfectly, and there's another theory which says that someone else is a pure nothing and is that manifestation of that. But for me, Sora fits that bill pretty damn well. It could also be that Sora was not naturally a pure nothing, or in other words, the only reason he is a pure nothing is because of the uniqueness of his birth. Basically being born in order to salvage Ventus's heart, right? That could be what made him into this pure nothing. I already did that. The idea of nothing is basically it is a third element. It is a separate element. And yeah, it's literally just its own thing. It's a different concept. I really don't know how else to put that. I needed to get that torn page anyways. You know, one thing I really wish this game would have is the little mini-map thing like Twilight Princess does, or FF10 does. Something so I can tell where I am, and where I've been, and where I'm going. It is way too damn easy to get lost in this game, especially since you just have a very vague idea of where you are at all times. Anyways, I digress. There it is. Get up.
Fire!
There we go. Okay. But yeah, it's literally a third element thing. Oh. Cutscene. Poor Genie. Of course they do, Cashel.
My first wish, Genie. Show me
We
the
think.
keyhole.
Maybe. I have no idea, Titans. I swear to God, if they pull some Anakin Skywalker crap with Sora, I'm gonna go stabbing. There will be stabbing in Nomura's future, or whoever wrote that. There will be a bit of a stabathon, if I'm being honest. What the hell's the door? Oh God, I can barely see. There it is. Yeah, you and me both, Full Metal. It's like I'm playing the game right now. Yeah, I've noticed that too, Green. Hey, I will take Darth Sora over Darth Jar Jar any freaking day of the week. You know, the funny thing is, at least Anakin had the excuse of being manipulated by one of the most cunning, manipulative people ever into becoming a Darksider, and it took years and years and years of investment to do that. Terra, his main excuse, if you can call it that, for becoming this horrible, you know, for doing his descent, is Ericus. Well, considering he'd already given into the dark side as of episode 6, Alex, I think it's likely. Actually, there are some strong theories out there, which I'm not sure I agree with, that Xehanort and Riku are actually related. I do not agree with those personally, but I've thought about it, and, well, let's just say there's a lot of parallels between the two people.
That boy again?
He is more persistent than I expected. Why not explain the situation to that boy, Riku? Doing so may actually prove useful to
new
our...
music.
Wait a second. Are you Maleficent?
I will not explain myself to you!
Jafar, let Jasmine go!
I like how Aladdin just is, like, really gesticulating when he talks.
See, she's a princess. One of 7 who somehow hold the key to opening the door.
Open?
Metal
But you
Gear?
fools won't live to see what lies beyond it. Genie,
My second wish. Crush them!
Genie, no!
Sorry, Al.
Hey, Groxix.
The one with the lamp calls the shots. I don't have a choice.
I'm gonna have to pause for a bit in a bit, guys. I'm sorry, I'm having some pain issues here. Wrong guy. So, fun fact that you may not hear. Whenever the genie's about to attack you, he actually shouts, "Look out! Get away!" It's a nice touch. He also very half-heartedly attacks you. Once again, indicating the kind of loopholes that you can have in wish-making. Oh my god, okay, fine. He can't, Titans. First of all, we know that from the movies, but second of all, more importantly, and I've said this before, I've always had a strong theory that Genie is not actually all-powerful in this context. In Kingdom Hearts specifically. Strong, certainly, but not capable of doing anything. He's not at the level of, say, a Q. He is simply very strong. Yeah, there you go. It would also explain why a creature like the Genie could exist in this setting. Otherwise, the setting is meaningless as long as Genie exists. I mean, if you give a creature that level of power that he is implied to have, then you've created a situation where everything is kind of meaningless because he's just going to fix all their problems, or the thing you're going to be asking the whole time is, why aren't they fixing everyone's problems? Yes, I know that's down Castellanata. No, I'm well aware. Oh, we did it. Yay! So, I find this hilarious. I think this is going to qualify as a Sora's dumb counter. I'm not positive, but I think it is.
Genie.
Not as they claim. No, Night Forger.
I want you to make me an all-powerful genie!
No music counter. Again. This is going to start skyrocketing, guys. You guys have no idea. Alright, so let's review the facts. We know they want Jasmine. We know they're trying to capture her. So we're just gonna be like, Jasmine, look, you just hang out for a bit, okay? I think we gotta go get Jafar first. It's more important to go after Jafar than to help Jasmine. We'll just leave her up here completely unguarded while we descend into the lava pit to fight Jafar. How's that sound? Good idea, guys? I think it's a good idea. I know. They're just like, yep. I like how Sora and Donald, or Sora and Donald, well, Goofy and Donald are literally getting one-shot by anything at this point in the game. They're just, yep. Oh no, he looked at us! This is another good example of just kind of a boring boss fight. This has never been a hard boss fight. I'm sorry, it hasn't. It's just, reaching this guy, reaching Iago, is actually much more difficult than anything else in this fight. Oh yeah, oh I got a cool pose that time.
Okay, Jafar, back to your lamp.
And of course, Jafar had one of the Ansem reports. I think we're going to call these combined scenes another no music counter. No, Riku, don't do it. Oh, whatever. That would be crazy, Green. Actually using your brain.
Jasmine? Jasmine!
Yeah, just toss it in the lava, guys. I like how Aladdin's like, Jasmine! And Sora's like, hang on, I gotta deal with this. This is way more important. Which, I mean, it kinda is, but it also isn't. Now, there's a scene coming up where Genie is going to be like, just wish for me to get Jasmine back. And he doesn't wish for that. I'd just like to say that maybe this is just me. And I know I've been talking about how I don't think the Genie is actually that strong this whole time, but maybe it's just me. I don't think the Genie could have actually done that. I think the Genie's power doesn't really extend past this world. Once he goes past the boundaries of Agrabah, he was reduced to basically being way weaker. I know you can summon him outside, but his summon is kind of, I'd say, the extent of what he can do. Just my take on it. Okay, guys, you ready for this? Yay! We're gonna ape the movie, except in a really dumb way. Yay! Zoom. Watch out for the rocks that are falling in the cave. Look out for the rocks. Zoom. Notice I haven't actually dodged yet. In fact, I haven't even hit the D-pad yet. I like how they give you magic orbs, but they don't let you cast magic. Licensing issues, Night Forwarder. I know the answer to that one, sadly. Copyrights continue to be terrible. Copy wrongs. Oh my god, that was so terrible. Oh, or difficult, sorry. It was so difficult. Almost didn't make it. Whew, that was a close one, guys. We almost didn't make that. Woo, we made it! Oh. That's true, Cashel. And it is worth noting he loses his powers very quickly here. So that might be related as well. Yes, oh. I just gotta say, the scene where we free him in the movie was this great, emotional, powerful scene. Remember that scene?
Earth to Al.
Then there's this scene.
Hello, you still have one wish left. Look, just say the word. Ask me to find Jasmine for you.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Al!
Actually, that is a thing, Night Forwarder. Bracelets don't fall off. I mean, they do, but you'll see them again later.
Deal, Genie. Now you can go anywhere you want. You're your own master.
Those last 15 minutes we spent together
But if you can,
really
it'd
made
be
me care
great
about
if
you.
could go along with them and help Sora find Jasmine.
Sorry, Al. I'm done taking orders from others.
Again, this is another one of those summons we will never be using.
But a favor? Now that's entirely different. I guess I could give that a try.
I like this.
After all, we're pals, right, Al?
Genie.
Genie.
Just leave it to
You're
me.
so dreamy, Genie. I just want to get lost in your beard, Genie. Oh, sorry. Seriously though, what the hell? There are so many lines that just are detached from human interaction in this game. And again, it comes down to that voice directing problem we've already talked about. Genie.
That smarmy vizier could have had him. If someone had stuck around to give him a hand.
Hey, I did my part. I brought the princess, didn't I?
Jafar was beyond help, consumed by his own hatred.
Idiots.
Beware of letting it burn too fiercely.
I know you guys like blue. You liked the Asari so much, so.
Whoa, lighten up. I'm as cool as they come, okay? By the way, kid, have we got something special for you?
Huh?
We had a deal, yes? You help us, and we grant you your wish.
Here's a question. Where did they find Kairi?
Kairi!
Go to her. Your vessel is waiting.
But it won't be a pleasure cruise. I love this voice actor.
Just remember, this is no pleasure cruise. It won't be a pleasant voyage.
Why are you doing all this for me? What's the catch?
Catch? What's the catch? Silly boy. You're like a son to me. I only want you to be happy.
I seriously doubt that.
Believe what you wish. But lest we forget, I kept my end of the bargain.
So there's a couple possibilities for Kyrie's body. I actually have several things to talk about here, so I'm going to pause or whatever. Just a second. Whatever. So, a couple things. First of all, Maleficent is obviously evil. I mean, right. Except, as I've already discussed, I don't think she's actually evil. I've already given my opinion on that. I think she is certainly a little leaning that way, but she's not bad, not really. Not in the way that other things can and indeed will be bad. Especially in this series. Compared to Xehanort, Master Xehanort, Maleficent is like a saint by comparison. He goes around completely trashing and destroying lives without care or conscience, and yeah, she's storybook evil. That's a good way to put that. Anyways, I bring this up though. Yes, I will, Darkrai. They have been donated for. That donation goal was met. I bring this up because I wonder at her motivation with Riku. You ever notice that she actually goes out of her way to do quite a bit for and with Riku? I mention this because I have this weird feeling that Maleficent has a degree of, for lack of a better word, loyalty to those who are also of the darkness, like herself. She has chosen and embraced darkness, has done so for over a decade by the time this game starts. And very, very few other beings do so who are not just or are also plotting against her. One of the only people she's actually had any kind of actual relationship with, any kind of working, professional loyalty, friendship, whatever with, is Pete. And despite all of the weird things the two do, Pete and Maleficent stay loyal to each other like forever. They never aren't. They have actually genuinely shown caring about each other. So I bring this up because if you pay attention, Maleficent's plan does not involve Riku in any real way. She does not benefit from what she's doing with Riku. Not really. None of what she's trying to accomplish involves him. Hi, Nero says. Thanks. Yeah, kind of, True Town. That's the way I think of it. Like I said, what Samara said, I think she meant what she said to Riku. I think she meant it in her own weird way, but I genuinely think she really did actually show caring about Riku. She wanted someone else in that circle. She wanted someone, yes they are green, she wanted someone else to be a part of her life. One of the biggest themes of this game is the connections people make. Anybody who's seen me talk about Final Fantasy VI knows what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about relationships or romances or bloodlines or whatever. The different things that bind people together. Those are the things that are a common thread throughout this entire series. And I feel like Maleficent wanted another thread, because she only had the one, really, with Pete. And, yeah, anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about... Oh, God. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? The other thing I wanted to talk about... oh, absolutely, Deacon, I'm sure. 21. We're up to 21 people. That's incredible. Even though I've got this going. I guess it's not high to see. You know what? I'm sorry. Hang on, guys. Let me, let's just do, there we go. We'll just... No, that's too big. Hang on. There we go. Then we'll just make it that big and... No? Okay, whatever. We'll go back to normal size here. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Nobody's paying attention to it. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and, head to my least favorite world in this entire game. At least I'm pretty sure this is Monstro. pretty sure. Wait, do I need to take that? I don't remember. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, I already talked about... I think I'll save most of the threads that bind people discussion for Birth by Sleep, because Birth by Sleep decided to make it into an actual gameplay mechanic, which then had lore significance, the dimension linking. Also Chain of Memories, but I've already kind of hinted at that, so nothing really to add to that. Yeah, I feel like I just went the wrong way, but whatever, I'll fix it. Loading. Wait, what? No. Why is it... Naminé was born at the very beginning of the game, actually. Oh, right, that's what I was talking about. Okay, so one of the theories that I've heard is that Maleficent has actually been working under the auspices, either directly or indirectly, of Ansem the Seeker of Darkness this entire time. Yes, I'll be playing the one that is in the very disc that I have right here. Oh my god, really? Anyways, that either Maleficent was being manipulated by the Seeker of Darkness, or Maleficent was directly working for him, and that would explain how Maleficent was able to get a hold of Kairi, because Ansem the Seeker of Darkness actually went looking for her. And that makes sense that Ansem the Seeker of Darkness would do so, given the fact that, yeah, okay, I was supposed to go right. Given the fact that he has an interest in getting the Princess of Heart as well. He would recognize her existence as a Princess of Heart. And so therefore would be fully aware of its potential and its relevance to his current plans. I don't know if I actually believe that fully. I think it is far more likely that Ansem the Seeker of Darkness is manipulating things behind the scenes with her, but not directly, not in any way that she's aware of. First of all, because Maleficent's biggest character flaw, by a huge margin, is her arrogance. She has a ridiculous amount of arrogance about her personality, to the point where it's actually a little bit silly. You know, oh, I am the great queen. She, even as she's getting her ass beat, she'll be like, oh, I am the great queen and mistress of evil. So I'm pretty sure that even if she was aware of Ansem's existence, she would not actually be doing anything about it other than just, oh, whatever. Shrug. The real question for me, though, is where did Kairi end up? We know exactly why Naminé ends up in Castle Oblivion. We know why Roxas arrives in Twilight Town. We know why Sora arrives in Traverse Town. We know why Riku arrives in Hall of Bastion. Where does Kairi end up? Now, given that Kairi is one of those pure lights I mentioned, it would be logical if she would basically end up in what is effectively the diametric opposite location that Riku did, aka the place furthest from the darkness, but still being in the realm of light. Now, there's a couple of possibilities for where that is, because we don't actually know where that is. Hey, it's Monstro! Yay! Ah, yay, Monstro. The most logical answer is Disney's Town, right? The problem is, Disney's Town is, kind of sealed off. Artificially sealed off, even. So, the idea of them being able to, her being able to end up there is actually kind of unlikely. So what's our next best option? See you around, Alex. Oh my god, it's hot in here. Holy crap. You know, I like how he sits still this entire time. Yep, just... Oh no, it's Monstro. My least favorite world in this entire game. By the way, I will not be fighting Monstro in Birth by Sleep. Just a heads up, guys. So this is Sora and Riku when they were much younger. Oh, God. Well, Namine is a special case, because there is no Heartless. No, Darkrai. It's a boring fight, trust me. There is no Heartless created for Kairi, because Kairi has no darkness. So actually, I guess I'm speaking out of turn. There is no traditional Heartless out of Kairi. Rather, the body that they're finding around is effectively Kairi's Heartless, for all intents and purposes. It's just lacking anything a Heartless would normally have, like the ability to move or function or being consumed by darkness, because there was no darkness to grow within. Darkness cannot affect pure light, not directly. Can't do anything like that. So, darkness, in other words, needs something within to be sprouted from. That's why 99% of everyone else creates a Heartless when they do this, including Sora. I sometimes wonder what Riku's Heartless might be like. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Yay. So, of course, the door is here even when they were kids. And this is when Kairi first showed up into their life. So, yeah, Kairi's heart, which normally would be within the Heartless, was put into Sora as kind of storage. So Kairi's memories and thoughts and personality... Excuse me, I'm saying this wrong. Kairi's personality and mentality were ripped out of her because of the shattering that happened to her. But it turned into Namine, which is someone without a lot of memory, someone without a sense of self, someone who is basically a complete...
And for today's weather, expect showers.
Damn it, Goofy.
Oh, heavy showers.
Damn it, Darkrai.
It's me.
I do like how he's literally throwing items at us. That's a nice touch.
Pinocchio? Pinocchio, where are you going? Pinocchio! Come on, everybody, after him, quick!
Anyways, Namine is a complete fluke situation. She's probably one of the only ones that is such a complete fluke. Although Xion could be described as a fluke as well, just a little more deliberate, but whatever. Okay, so let's see what Darkrai just donated for. Oh my god! Darkrai, yes, I have seen the FF7 trailer, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. So there are several reasons why I hate this world. Reason one is the obvious one.
What have you got there, Pinocchio?
With this, we can get out of here, Father.
Reason number two is the word Pinocchio. I get really tired of hearing it.
Really? With this big block, you think so?
It's true. So, how did you end up here, Pinocchio?
Oh my, so the whale swallowed all of you too? My goodness!
Yeah, looks like it.
My name is Geppetto. I'm Pinocchio's father. When we got separated, I traveled all over looking for him. Thank goodness we're together again. So, you seem to know Pinocchio quite well. I hope he was a good boy in my absence. Well, we've all had quite a journey, right, Pinocchio? Pinocchio?
Sure thing, Neurozaz. Everything! There you go. God, I don't know how to summarize this series, Neurozaz. So, actually, yeah, this is not actually space. Not, remember, the 5th of November. Remember that this is not actually space. This is not how physics work. There are no stars in Kingdom Hearts. Remember this. There are no balls of gaseous flame and iron shooting out energy. There are no planets orbiting around them. You know, it's not how that works. This is not this. It's the planar thing, the dimension thing. I've already talked about this several times. So the space in between these worlds is actually, it actually has a name. It's called the lanes between. And it is basically just a morphic pseudo non-realm in between that people can literally walk through, fly through, swim through. There are plenty of ways to transit. And as I talked about before, it's actually very easy for people to move from world to world. So the idea here is Monstro was something sufficiently, forgive me, Monster is something sufficiently powerful, Yeah, sure, we'll do a drinking game for Pinocchio while we're here. It was sufficiently powerful that it was one of the only things that survived the collapse of its world. And it just kind of kept going in the lanes between. It's just been roaming the lanes between ever since. So we're not in space. It's just swimming out around here in the lanes between. Does that make sense? The third reason I don't like Pinocchio's world is because Pinocchio's a dick in this world. See you around, Corwin. Like, he really is. I'm not actually kidding. He's just, like, he's a brat, and I hate brats. I have no tolerance for brats. You ready for the fourth reason I don't like Monstro? Well, this looks like the inside of a whale, and I'm okay with that. It's got the ruined chunks of ship that he's eaten. It's got his rib cage. It looks kind of flesh-colored. I'm with that. And then we go one room away, and the entire rest of the dungeon looks like this. Really? This is what the inside of Monstro looks like. Like a bad... Like someone who's trying to make a bad statement and hasn't actually been to painting class, just threw blotches of random colored things onto the walls. It's just gross. It's not even gross. It's not even his intestines. It's just weird. And all of the rest of the Monstro looks like this. Everything in the rest of him has this bizarre, state going on. Like, this doesn't even look like blood cells or organs or anything. It just looks like, yeah, a bad finger painting. I like that. It looks like a bad finger painting. There's no connection or anything to here. And, going back to the first point, which I said was the obvious point, this place is a goddamn maze. And if you screw up at all, you get to start over. I hate Monstro.
Come on, let's go back.
You know, Geppetto's awfully worried about you.
Oh, I gotta get my drink ready.
Stop fooling around.
Drink.
This is no time for games.
I need a new drink. Fortunately, I have one right here.
But Sora, I thought you liked games. Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
There's that
Riku?
drama again.
What are you doing here?
Just playing with Pinocchio.
Drink.
You know what I mean. What about Kairi? Did you find her?
Maybe. Catch us, and maybe I'll tell you what I know.
Oh, come on!
One thing I will say about Monstro, at least it actually is very relevant to the story. So that's good. This is the first one, Nero's S, the very first game. This is... Oh yeah, that's a no music counter, sorry. At least this place is directly relevant to Riku's story arc. The idea of the fact that creatures who are not living sentient beings that are fleshy and whatnot can have hearts, that's actually introduced here. That will be a major theme in later Kingdom Hearts games, but this is the first time we ever see that. I hope so too, Full Metal. And this is showcasing how Riku is continuing to descend. We need to see around Truto, Riku descending, otherwise he's just going to suddenly show up and be evil, and we need to see the bits and pieces of him doing that. This also kind of shows how Riku isn't actually evil, especially at this point in time. He's just giving into darkness, which is further emphasis of that particular plot arc, which will happen as well. So again, no, Nero's S. So again, this world is actually really significant to the overall plot of Kingdom Hearts. It's freaking Monstro. Hey Scott Mist. What's up? I'm just kind of skipping these fights. I don't care. I don't need the exp. Is this it? I think so. Fortunately, I did this just a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, my memory is not that good. I remember falling down here. If you fall down there, you start over. Completely over. I'm not even kidding. Okay, I think I went the right way. Get ready to drink!
Why do you still care about that boy? He has all but deserted you for the Keyblade and his new companion, after all.
Once again, think about this. Why is Maleficent trying to convince Riku against Sora? What does it benefit her plans to do so? Damn it, Samurai. Honestly, I actually agree with you, Ultimate Turner. Honestly, once again, I think this is the 2 points that I already made. One, she's trying to get herself closer to Riku, but two, she's trying to separate from someone she presumes is her enemy, a.k.a. someone who is of the light, like Sora, like who is against her. I do remember that, Green. I don't remember right now. Ask me again in a minute. I'm getting really distracted.
I was just messing with them a little.
Oh, really? Of course you were. Beware the darkness in your heart. The heartless prey upon it.
Mind your own business.
That's true, Deacon. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm having trouble concentrating. I'm going to pause for a minute. 3 minutes. I'll be back in just a few, guys, okay? I'm sorry.